Right, hi guys, and welcome back to the Lola Mastercard My Team Career Mode, or whatever you want to call it, of course. Now, we are going to Mexico, home of the Mexicans, and we are going to be developing our powertrain department there, and we're going to go for extra resource points, get some of that lovely cash spent. And yeah, we're going to jump straight into qualifying, no messing about this weekend, we're just going straight for it. So as you can see, we've already completed a lap which only put us in 21st position in these intermediate conditions. The Lola handling a lot better around this circuit than we have in previous intermediate condition qualifying sessions and races. So very happy with that, and as you can see we are well up on our previous best lap time. And as we cross the line, it's the end of the session, and where is this going to put us? I'm hoping it's going to be good, and it is. It's 12th place, a fantastic result there. We did indeed get a little bit of R&D through, and the development went well. And looking at that, yeah, really happy with P12. So all that remains to say is it's time to hand you over to the incapable hands of Monsieur David Croft and his pet Anthony Davidson. And as always, I hope you all enjoy this riveting conversation.
Here we go then. It's time to race in Mexico City, a place which gave Honda their first ever victory back in 1965. American Richie Ginther won from third on the grid. And what are the Honda powered cars this year? Well, Red Bull have been going strong here in recent seasons, so can they keep that record going today? We're a long way above sea level here in Mexico today, which could pose some cooling issues for the cars as they make their way around this 2.6 mile lap. 17 corners with top speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and watch out for potential overtaking into turns 1 and 4. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Why don't we discuss Red Bull? What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. It's Sergio Perez on pole position today, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Ricciardo, Charles Leclerc and Verstappen, Ocon, Gasly, Albon and Carlos Sainz, Raikkonen, the scientist, Valtteri Bottas and Kvyat, De Vries, Stroll, Kevin Magnussen and Roman Grosjean. Russell, Latifi, Ireland, and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So as you saw there, just one penalty for Antonio Giovinazzi, and we wait for the 5 lights to go out now, and it's a long hold and we don't get a brilliant getaway there, but it is away we go eventually for us from 12th position. We're already down to 15th, and we've got a racing point of Lance Stroll there up as inside. There's his front wing. Hello Lance. We've got Danny Kvyat ahead in the Alfa Romeo, and we're going to jink it to the right. Look at that. It's like finding a gap on the M6. We're through though. We're P13 now, back up to P13, back up to P11, so we actually gained 1 place despite the terrible start. Where could we have been if we'd have had a good getaway? We could have easily been inside the top 10 already, but not to be. But here we are, P11 on this charging forward lap 1 after a poor start there. We've got Alex Albon, dispatch him, through we go. Much love, hugs and kisses, Albon, as we get hit there. I'm not sure who that was, it could have been De Vries, but we're through into P10 and already in a points paying position. Wonderful stuff. We've got Pierre Gasly there in the racing point ahead. He's a new to the team, but he's already pissing all over Lance Stroll. No surprises there. So we're battling in the battle for the final points paying positions at the moment. Bit of contact there between us and Pierre. Another little wheel slap and tickle there as we go through. We're charging up the inside though. I've missed my braking point. We're up the inside. We hit Ocon and around we go. Engage reverse, but try not to get hit, and it's forward momentum. But we are down into last place, but not for long. We already get past the 2 Williams. We're battling with Roman Grosjean there. And we are back up to 20th position, but all the way down the order, just outbraked herself, trying to stay ahead of Pierre Gasly, and maybe trying to make a move on Carlos Sainz ahead, but massively missed our braking point there. So we're through into lap 2 now. Later into lap 2 it's Antonio, and we slide his way through into P18. We've already dispatched of Roman Grosjean earlier, and we are now going to try and make a move on Lance Stroll, who's not made any forward headway in that Mercedes powered B-Tech team. But there we go, we've gained a couple of places on lap 2 and we are in to P18, but we're going to see what we can do now. The really, really long straight of Mexico, of course. It is the longest straight in Formula 1 if I remember rightly. I'm not sure if it is, or is it Abu Dhabi still? It's one of the two anyway. It's one of the longest, let's put it that way. I can't be wrong then if I say that. So we are still trying to mount an attack. We came under a little bit of pressure there from Giovinazzi down the start-finish straight, but no avail from him. The Alfa Romeo incredibly slow with that Ferrari engine in the back of it, of course. Lance Stroll ahead, as well as a whole host of gaggles of cars, and that was Callum. There's Callum, he's doing incredibly well. Hey up, Callum, you alright, mate? You're proving that you do deserve Formula 1 after all, and not Nikita Mazepan, the prick. So we are up into P16. Callum giving us room there, racing room between teammates. He's having a cracking drive. He started down in 22nd place, but he's through into 17th now. So we had a good first lap there, good first opening lap. We've got Danny Kvyat ahead now in the fellow Alfa Romeo, so we're going to try and make a move on him. We're in the DRS zone now as we start lap 3, of course. DRS enable for lap 3. We're going to try and send it up the inside there, but I've learnt my lesson from lap 1. It's very, very daunting, but we're through up the inside there, giving the Mexican fans a big old cheer. Sergio Perez, of course, qualified in pole position in the McLaren, so they will absolutely be loving this race, and they'll be loving that overtake that we provided for them there in front of a grandstand of fans. It's like a baseball stadium, that, isn't it? I absolutely love it. I'd love to visit this circuit. This is one of the places I would willingly go, and hope to visit someday, maybe. Oh, that'd be amazing. It would be amazing, just the thought of being in that with all the Mexican fans cheering. It'd be like going to Italy, wouldn't it? But yeah, something to look forward to for future hope. I really hope anyway. So here we are through P14 now. Kevin Magnussen has been dispatched in the Haas on lap 7. We jump all that way forward. We didn't make any further forward progress until this lap, and we've got a big old gap now ahead of us to the final top 12, the brink of the top 12 really, with Bottas and Raikkonen ahead, of course, in that Red Bull. So we're jumping all the way forward to lap 9. We managed to make some inroads on time, but sadly not in position. We had a retirement for Carlos Sainz, which is why we jumped one more place ahead. But now it's time for our pit stop on lap number 9. Slap bang in the middle of the race. We're going on to the medium compound tyre now. As you can see, we've been pushing that much. We've hardly got any fuel left, so we're going to have to do a lot of fuel saving on the medium tyre in this second stint, which might not help our cause to get into the points, but we're certainly going to try as best. The car feels a lot more competitive around here than it did last weekend at Austin, that's for sure. I was thinking that the car was well underdeveloped compared to how it was last time, and the lads are changing the wing, and I don't know why, because I've made a little bit of rough and tumble with a few cars, but I didn't think the wing was even damaged enough to even warrant putting it off of auto and putting it to no. But there you go, we're in the pits nonetheless, and out the pits. We've ended up behind Kevin Magnussen once again, so that's how much it's cost us there. We're going to be quite a considerable amount of seconds now behind the likes of Valtteri Bottas, Kimi Raikkonen, and whoever else is battling for those final top 12 positions. It's certainly going to be difficult now to make any headway on here. First of all, we've got to dispatch Kevin Magnussen, of course, and then we've got to try and catch all the way back up to Nick de Vries in the Alpha Tauri. So we're jumping forward to lap 10. We get DRS on Kevin Magnussen just within the 1 second window. We were wide there, but that gives us a perfect opportunity to just slide it up the inside there. A little bit of contact, but not to worry. Thank you very much, Kevin. A warning, but nonetheless we're through. And yeah, he pretty much allowed us through there, didn't he? We just gave him a little bit of a nudge to say, no, Kevin, you know, you concede this position now, Flower. And we are through back up into P13 after other cars make their pit stops. And yeah, not a bad race so far with P13. It's a case of what could have been, but we've got to make some serious inroads now on Valtteri Bottas, who is now ahead, and it's Kimi Raikkonen ahead of him. So we've got a competitive few cars to overtake, haven't we? But first of all, we've got to catch them. So we're jumping all the way to lap 16, and look at this. It turns out Nick de Vries has been making some mega moves going forward, but that making mega moves going forward has ended up holding a whole train of other cars behind him, and we have been able to catch onto the back of this crocodile for the brink of the top 10 places. If we can get past all these 5 cars, we will be in P8. So we've really got to get ourselves forward now, but at the moment we're outside the points. We just need to aim for Gasly, who is P10. That will give us one crucial point in this championship, another one to add to the Lola Mastercard's tally. And we're going to try and make a move on Valtteri Bottas in the Alpha Tauri, of course. He was leading the championship, and then he decided, oh no, I'd sooner go to Alpha Tauri and not win it, thanks very much, because that's how much of a bottle job Bottas really is. The game even knows it as well. So we're up the inside of Bottas there. That was a lovely little move forced Bottas into making a mistake there, locking the front right tyre up. And now we've got Kimi Raikkonen in the Red Bull. For some reason, going on to hard compound tyres once again. We saw this in Austin as well from him, didn't he? He went on the slower tyre when everyone else went on the mediums, and it's certainly going to hamper him, and it's going to hamper us here. As you can see, we did this on fuel saving as well. We gained him and caught up to him on fuel saving to get back into, be able to administer Rich Mitch rather than being into the lean mix all the time. So we're on to 12th place now. We've got Kimi Raikkonen ahead as we start the penultimate lap now. So it's going to be crucial. We need to dispatch Kimi Raikkonen really, really quickly. If we can do it in this DRS zone, that would be perfect. But it's such a tricky place to just get your nose up the inside. We try for it. Look, we try. Not enough room, I'm afraid. Kimi cuts our nose off there, and we are still in P12. As we're halfway round the penultimate lap. It means we've got 1.5 laps to gain 2 positions. This is going to be absolutely crazy stuff. We're using everything we've got. It's Rich Mix, it's overtake, it's whatever we can do to stay in the DRS zone and then try and mount an attack there. We're going through this wonderful S section here. It's really strange. I don't like Austin's S section, but the Mexico S section, I really like it. It's just that severe enough that you need to lift off and you know you need to brake. The S section in Austin's very much, you think you can do it flat out and then you can't. But here we go, I'm talking and rambling shite, and we're up the inside of Kimi Raikkonen there. That's a lovely, lovely move. And we are now on the back of Pierre Gasly in that racing point. But before we mount an attack on Pierre Gasly, it looks like we're going to have to heavily defend from Kimi Raikkonen as he is mounting an attack. You can see the marker arrows at the bottom of the screen there going mental. He's to his outside. We defend the inside for the corner coming up, of course. The sharp right-hander. It's pretty much a chicane. It goes left, then right again. And we are maintaining P11, which now means that we can solely focus on Pierre Gasly. If we look behind us, we're just going to defend and not attack. And where we need to be is forwards. We need to get that P10 and then hopefully we can maybe make another move. Who knows? You know, there's still 3 cars there within reach. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. And here is Pierre Gasly now, slowing up through this chicane. We seem to be really quick round here. I'm sort of using the track and then some, but no warnings, no penalties. So if I'm not getting a warning, I'm certainly using the track. And here we go. We're going to go wide here. Yes, we are. Just a little nip up the inside. It's a little bit naughty, but it's the last lap of the race. And we're going up the inside where you don't normally overtake, and bang, bang, bang. Bit of contact, bit of wing flinging off, which is, of course, customary with this series, of course, and with the Lola. Wings have been flying everywhere so far this year, and we are into that coveted P10 position to net ourselves one final point. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to make a move on Albon or Nick De Vries, who's charged all the way through to P8, which is a fantastic drive by him, but we get that one coveted points paying position, which is phenomenal stuff. But after a great qualifying, it looked like it was going to be a great race, getting all the way up to P8 in respects anyway, and then we absolutely lunged it up the inside and slid and spun and went all the way back to the back again. So from 22nd in theory up to 10th place, but of course a 12th place qualifying, a 10th place finish. We're going to take that. We still managed to move forward in the end, so a nice little drive there. I'm a little bit disappointed, but overall really happy. And Daniel Ricciardo won the race. How did I forget to mention that? I don't know how he did it, no idea, but he did. All the lads, of course, patting themselves on the back rather happily, and they're absolutely loving life, and so's Daniel Ricciardo, taking Renault's first win since 2009? It'd have to be 2009 with Alonso, wouldn't it? But there you go. So he lifts the trophy high, and now it's time for the champagne! So there you go, Ricciardo from Hamilton, from Vettel, from Verstappen, from Sergio Perez. He ended up tumbling down the order after his pole position start there. And we are in P10. I said Nick De Vries did well there. He is from 15th on the grid up to P8. Callum Ilott finishing in that 17th position in the end, which is a fantastic finishing... Sorry, 16th position. A couple of retirements benefited from, of course, but I think he was ahead of Danny Kvyat there in the Alfa Romeo anyway. So he's doing really well there. That's really helpful. We've lost out to Daniel Ricciardo in the Drivers' Championship, so we're down to 9th now, but that's not to worry. We're not bothered about that. And I think we were already in 7th after Austin anyway, but that definitely makes sure now, after the fantastic result there by the Renault team, and of course McLaren netting more points. So here we are then. Time to advance time and see what we can fill the gaps with. We're going to see what we can fill our time with, and it's all about team resources, I think. It's what you've got to do. So we're going to improve the powertrain department there, take them for a little bit of a slap. In fact, we're going to take the whole team for a bit of a slap-up lunch. There you go, a bit of team building. Have some fish fingers, chips and peas on me, lad. There you go, much love. And a little bit of PR there as well, because why not? So, we're going to advance the time now, and it's going to be Brazil, the next race, of course, where I took my maiden ERL win. If you've not seen that video, be sure to check it out. It's the whole race, and it was incredibly good and nail-biting, because I didn't actually win the race to start with, but I had a penalty removed. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and much love.